All right, so Pitchfork just put out a list of the 100 greatest rap albums of all time. We're going to take a look through here. I have not looked at this list yet, so I don't know what's on here. All right, starting off bold here with Doggy Style. Great album. Love this one. It's a classic. Should be on the list. I guess whether or not it's controversial that it's this low will depend on what's above it. I don't know what this is. But it is called Underdog, which is kind of ironic. I don't know if we really needed a Foxy Brown album on here. Okay, Lupe Fiasco. I have not heard this particular Lupe album, but I would be pretty confident in saying that it probably should have been Food and Liquor on this list. But I guess I will have to go listen to it. I don't know. Sexy Red. All right. Man, they're coming in hot with some of these takes, that is for sure. I don't know. I'm not necessarily mad that it's on the list, but above Doggy Style, I don't think so. Bastard? Really? I don't even think Tyler likes this album. They got Moment of Truth down here at 93. I don't know what's above it, but 93 is too low for this. That is a fact. And what's really going to hurt is whatever they put above this, because they have a tendency of really, really undercutting albums by they'll put like a really good album very low on the list and then undercut it by just putting like the worst album imaginable right above it. It's kind of their thing. All right, let's see what it is. Flockavelli? Oh my God. I mean, not even like a horrible album. It's fine. I wouldn't even be mad at it being 92. I mean, I'm not mad, I guess, that it's 92, but above Moment of Truth? Absolutely not. Come on. All right, Cannibal Ox, Cold Vein. Still maybe not better than Moment of Truth, but great album. Glad it's on here. Lil B, okay. While I have listened to quite a few Lil B albums, he's got like 200 of them, so I have not heard this one yet. I'm glad Lil B's on here. I guess I'll just have to take their word that it's the 89th best album of all time, though. This one's a little bit questionable. I mean, I don't know. I like Nicki Minaj. I like Fine Enough, I guess. I don't really listen to her a lot. I think her rapping is better than like her discography, like her songs would maybe have you think, especially at this point. But I don't know if it needs to be on this list, especially at 87, especially above Moment of Truth. Oh my God, Mantronics? Pitchfork. I think this album was like in their top 5 of, or top 10 maybe, of like best albums of the decade so far for the 2020s. It's just not good. It's definitely not, I mean, it's not a top 5 of the 2020s, and it's not an 83rd best rap album of all time. Those are for sure. Okay, Diplomats. This is, I think, probably the best one we've seen on the list so far since Moment of Truth. Far Side, okay. I do like this one a lot. Okay, Shabazz Palaces? Yes, Black Up. This is a great one. JJ Fad. I've never heard of this. I guess I'm going to have to look into this. Ghetto Boys. I'm not really a fan of Ghetto Boys. I mean, I guess if they were going to have an album on a list like this would be the one. So I guess I sort of agree. I think 74 is too high. I also don't think it really needs to be on the list. Jeezy. This is one. Look, I will not say that objectively this needs to be on the list, but this is a personal favorite of mine. I grew up with this album, and it is just like it's perfect start to finish for me. This album just puts me in the best mood possible. I love this album. To me, honestly, this is even higher, just in my heart. Okay, 4, 5, 6. This is a good one. If we're gonna have a Cool G rap album on here, this would be the one. Houdini. Okay, I do have a bit of a soft spot for Houdini. I actually think they're a little bit underrated. They're goofy. I don't know if I'd say they're goofy. They're a little bit cheesy. But given that they were one of the earliest rap groups to just be releasing like full-length rap albums as early as, 82, I think they deserve a little bit extra credit. Okay, Scarface, The Diary. Again, maybe a little bit too high for me personally, but I think that's fine. 65, I feel like, is kind of an appropriate placement for it. The Chronic down at 62? I'm shocked. Just shocked that they put it that low. I would have guessed that Pitchfork would have had this like top 10, 20 at least. All right, what's above it? Drake Yo the Ruler. I don't even know what this is. All right, Marshall Mathers LP. That's the one I expected. 60 again. We're above the Chronic. I don't know. All right, DJ Screw, 3 in the morning. Love this one. Aesop Rock. Personally, I would have gone Float. That's my personal favorite, but I'm okay with it. Labor Days is a classic. Would be actually my preferred 3-6 Mafia listening experience. I would take this personally over Mystic Styles. So wow, I'm shocked that this is the one they went with. Lil Kim's Hardcore, okay. Classic. J Dilla's Donuts. Is this a rap album? I mean, this seems more of, Plunderphonics, electronic than it is a rap album. It's been a while since I've listened to it. Is there any actual rapping on here that isn't at least from a sample or something? I don't know. This is a great album, though. So regardless of what list it's on, I'm happy it's on the list because it definitely deserves it. 49. I feel like just based on quality, this album probably could be higher. But again, given its lack of actually being a rap album, I guess maybe that's why they kept it this low. What? They put Azalea Banks. First of all, they put Azalea Banks on the list, but they put Azalea Banks over Donuts? Pitchfork does this. They just take like one of the most beloved albums ever, and they put it right under something that absolutely does not deserve to be higher than it. Pitchfork. Danny Brown, Triple X, okay. Not probably the Danny Brown album I would have picked, but I'm glad he's on here. I think he definitely deserves an album placement on here. All right, I did know about this one. This is the one I happened to see in a thumbnail before I came to the list. 44 is, to be honest, it's kind of comically low for this album. I mean, I think this is probably, if there's one album we're going to be talking about from the 2010s in like 50 years, 100 years, I mean, this is probably going to be it. And I mean, I think Kendrick has done more than enough in the last decade to prove his worth, his cultural relevance. I mean, 44 Pitchfork. What is going to be above T-Pab? Let's rub it in. Dial It? I mean, I like this album. I'm not even mad that this is on here. I think 43 is maybe a little bit too high, especially if it's going to be one spot above T-Pab. Okay, Run DMC. This is actually my favorite Run DMC album, so I'm happy it's on here. 41, I think, is an appropriate placement. Bone Thugs and Harmony, absolutely. Classic. Paul's Boutique, I think this is maybe a little bit high, especially given that it's above some of the things that it is above. But yeah, I figured this would be on here. This is a good one. Liquid Swords, of course, classic. E40, though, being right above it. This album I don't think really needed to be on the list at all, let alone right above Liquid Swords. EPMD, Strictly Business, all right, of course, classic, should be on here. War Report, all right. That seems higher than I would have guessed, but all right, I'm not mad about it. It's a good album. Descendants of Cain, okay. Can't be mad at him for picking this one. This is a great one. I'm shocked that he made it. 31 seems pretty high. Good for him. He deserves it. The Blueprint. I think this album is a little bit overrated. Now, if they were to swap this out for the Black Album, I don't know, maybe that'll be higher on the list. But if it's not, I feel like the Black Album. I mean, Black Album is, in my opinion, a near immaculate, perfect album. Blueprint, however, I don't think is quite as good. Yeezus, not the Kanye album I would have guessed would be on here. Also, probably not the one I would put on here, although it is a good album. Black on Both Sides, absolute classic. Should be 26. Good. Nice. Happy with that. Earl Sweatshirt right above it. I don't know how I feel about that. Honestly, this is a good album, though. I like this album. Just seems like right above Mos Def. I don't know about that, but 25 might be a bit high, but it's a good album. I like this one. Straight Outta Compton, I figured it'd be on here. Slick Rick, absolutely. I'm kind of shocked they put this one above Straight Outta Compton, but I would actually agree with it. I like this one a lot better. Wow, Ready to Die at 21? That seems lower. That's lower than I would have guessed for Pitchfork. Not the De La Soul album I would have expected, or the one I would have picked. Not a bad album by any means, but better than Ready to Die? It's not even the best De La Soul rap album. Wu-Tang, wow, all the way down at 19 also. That's lower than I would have guessed. That was like number 3, I think, or something. That was like a top 5 in their best of the 90s list. Wow. Okay, Paid in Full, absolutely. 18, I think that's appropriate. It's a great album. Really. I figured this one would be on here. The audacity, though, to put it up at 16, that seems a bit excessive. Really, 16? I mean, it's not even a bad. I like this album, but 16 I think is way too high. Again, above T-Pab especially, which came out the same year. Pitchfork, making some questionable decisions. Takes a Nation of Millions. There we go. Honestly, I would maybe even have this one higher, but 14, I'm happy with it. Okay, Tribe Called Quest, Low End Theory, excellent. They're putting Good Kid, Mad City this far above T-Pab. Alrighty. Life After Death. Above Ready to Die. Wow. I would personally take Ready to Die above Life After Death, but that's okay. They're both great albums. And we have yet to see any Tupac. I assume All Eyes on Me is going to be on here somewhere. So, above both Biggie albums. All right. We'll see if it's on here or how high. Okay. Here's Mad Villainy. I don't know if we needed to have Operation Doomsday down at, like, what was that, 19 or 18 or something? If we were going to have this one at 10, seems excessive. But either way, I'm glad Mad Villainy is here at 10. Absolutely deserves it. Aquemini, all right. I personally probably would have gone Stankonia, but honestly, like, in terms of quality, they're neck and neck. Yeah, Hell Hath No Fury, 8. Wow, that shocks me that they would have put it this high, but I think it's deserving of it. I wonder if they made this list before or after Let God Sort Him Out came out. I didn't really have anywhere to go with that. Just was curious. Just happened to think about it. All right. Miseducation of Lauryn Hill. Absolutely. Deserves to be up this high. All right. And, well, here, before we go on, okay. What are they going to do? What are they going to put right above Lauryn Hill? And also, what's going to be our last album before we get to the top 5? Let's find out. All right, top 5. Here we go. Illmatic, of course. Supreme Clientele. Wow, coming in at 4. All right. Okay. I don't personally feel like this album needed to be on the list at all, but I do know that this one has a lot of love, and maybe it's just not for me. I know that Pitchfork specifically loves this album, but Pitchfork at number 3? That seems ridiculous. That is just, there's absolutely no way this is the 3rd best rap album of all time. Jeez. No, there's no way. All right, number 2. All right, All Eyes on Me. Wow. Maybe I would personally not have it quite as high as 2, but, I'm not mad about it. That's all right. It's a classic, iconic album. All right, let's see what number 1 is. Oh, no, it's not loading. Oh, here we go. Okay, Mobb Deep, The Infamous. Okay. Yeah, probably not, wouldn't be like my personal number 1, but this, honestly, I think this is as agreeable as a number 1 as you could possibly have. While there were some questionable decisions made on this list, I would say they at least stuck the landing on this part. So, all right, not bad. So yeah, there's the list. What albums do you think should have been on here? What albums are missing? Or what albums should not have been on here? Rant with me, please. Rant for me in the comments. Tell me what you hated about this list. What was the worst take? Or in general, what is Pitchfork's worst take on other lists? They have a lot, so don't be shy. Or I guess tell me my bad takes. Did I have a horrible opinion? Is 400 Degrees actually the 3rd best rap album ever? I don't know. I guess you tell me.